Hi guys, welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your weekend horoscope for the weekend of 18th and 19th September 2021. But before we begin, I request you to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you can be notified every time I post a video. And I do daily video horoscopes, weekly video horoscopes, and monthly sun rising sign video horoscopes that you can watch on my YouTube channel. So I'll keep this really short. And the first thing, we'll talk about Saturday first and then move on to Sunday. And the first important thing happens on Saturday at about 2 p.m. Pacific time, which makes it about 2 a.m. Indian Standard Time. And if you are on the eastern part of the world, the Indian time will resonate more with you. Alternatively, you can always convert the Pacific time to your time zone to know when the energy is going to happen for you. And what's happening here is that the moon has changed signs. And the moon changes signs every 2.5 days. And when it does, the focus in our life, the energy in our life shifts in subtle ways. The moon in Aquarius was a lot of energy about building for the future. It was a lot of energy about working hard, maybe making commitments and deciding things, because Saturn is in Aquarius, right? And Saturn is the planet of hard work and decisions and commitment. But now the moon has moved on to Pisces, and Pisces is a very different energy. Pisces energy is all about going with the flow. It's a very spiritual sign, it's a very creative energy, and the moon in Pisces is a time where we can go more with the flow, we can do more creative things, we can be more free flowing in our day to day. And that's the subtle change that takes place. And then towards the end of the day, at about 9 p.m. Pacific time, we have the moon in Pisces in a square with the north node and the south node. Okay, and when a planet makes a square to the nodes, it can be magnified. So at this point, our emotions can be magnified. And the moon in Pisces is, yes, spiritual. It is creative as well. It is about going with the flow, so that energy can be magnified. But it is also a very sensitive energy, right? Pisces is a Neptune ruled sign, and Neptune is very sensitive. So this is a moment where we can feel overly sensitive about things. We can feel sensitive. So if you are feeling a heightened sensitivity to things that wouldn't bother you otherwise, then it's because of this. And let this energy pass. It will. The moon moves so fast that it'll pass very, very soon. Alternatively, this can be an energy that really makes us feel spiritual and creative and in touch with the higher realms. It's a great time for spiritual activities like meditation or whatever it is that connects you with spirituality. There's no one thing, right? So that's the energy, and that's it for Saturday. So it's a lighter day, I would say. It is definitely a shift in energy, a more free-flowing energy than we have been in the past 2.5 days. And then let's talk about Sunday. So the first important thing happens at about 6 a.m. Pacific time, which makes it about 6 p.m. Indian Standard Time. And what's happening here is that the moon at 9 degrees of Pisces is trining Venus, a positive aspect. The moon is our emotions, and Venus is the planet of love, of relationships, skills, projects, self-worth, values, finances. All these things are ruled by Venus. So this is a point where we might start to feel positive about perhaps a relationship in our life, or some project that we're working on, or about ourselves and our self-worth, or some values that we have. Anything connected to Venus, we can start to feel positive about. And I do think this is an emotional energy, because both the moon and Venus are in water signs. Water signs are emotional signs, right? They rule our emotions. So this is a feel-good energy. And that's the highlight of Sunday. So this weekend is not very packed when it comes to transits and aspects. It's a lighter weekend. It's a go with the flow weekend. That being said, on Monday we do have the full moon in Pisces. So this weekend we are building up to that. And this full moon in Pisces is a lot about releasing. First of all, full moons are a point of emotional release, right? Yes, they're a point of clarity and culmination and completions, but also a point of emotional release. And with Pisces, that's more, because Pisces is where we end the past, where the zodiac ends, right? Then Aries, it starts it again. So Pisces is where we end the past. And this full moon, we'll talk about it more in detail on Monday, but this full moon is a lot about releasing the past, a lot of the past that we carry within us, emotional release. And this weekend, we might be feeling that. We might be feeling that we are letting go of the past slowly in our thoughts, in our emotions, in our mind, maybe through things that we do in our day to day. So be mindful of that as well, because that can happen. And that being said, we are getting ready for Mercury trining Jupiter. That's going to happen very soon. We are getting ready for Mercury squaring Pluto. That's going to happen very soon. We are also getting ready for Mars. Mars is here to trine the North Node, sextile the South Node, and of course the full moon in the sign of Pisces. So we are building up to those things, but overall I do think this is a lighter weekend than the weekends that we have been through lately. That being said, it can be a point where we begin to release a lot of the past, and just be mindful of that energy. That's all I'm going to say. I typically do give the big picture of 2021 in every video. However, I don't on the weekend, just because I like to keep it short. And now I will pick a card for this weekend, and then we will close out the reading. Let's go with the top card. It says acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. And I think this can tie into the theme of letting go and releasing the past, because if we can accept things as they are, as they were, we can release them as well. So maybe the lesson for this weekend is acceptance. I will pick one more card. Okay, two cards flipped over. So it says why, and it says come to the edge. And I think this can tie into the acceptance card, right? Because often we ask, why did this happen? Why did this happen to me? Why was my past like this? And maybe if we can accept it for what it is, what it was, then maybe we don't need to ask this question anymore. And that can help us release our emotions and release the past. Come to the edge. I think this card is asking us to come to the edge. If there's something that we're holding on to, if there's something we're scared to do, maybe this card is saying that don't be scared and step into the new and get rid of the old, because 2021 is about that energy, right? That's all I'm going to say. I hope you have a great weekend, and I will see you on Monday for the full moon horoscope and the weekly horoscope now. Bye.